show. Alrighty. Back in the
shop.
Pierce Metalworks shop, 100 Proof Whitetails podcast episode number 89 is what my calculations have foretold.
Is that including the contraband, or is that?
Yes, that's including contraband episodes, but not counting like the whiskey videos and that kind of other videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like live shows, we've done 89 of them, and they've all been live. Yeah, we didn't pre-record anything ever. We give it
Which
to
I
you
do
straight.
I think maybe going forward for a couple of them, I think we do, like, we walk around your property, I do the camera, and you kind of explain some of the stuff you've been doing, and then we just kind of post.
Little snippet shorts and stuff.
Well, we could do snippets or just post one long, like clip them all together.
Yep.
Then you can record me over at my spot.
Yep.
And we can do a little walkthrough of some of the changes I've made over there, and we post that. Probably give us a little bit of free time, I guess. At least getting like content out there somewhat. But
every week, if we're not able to get together for a show, I know you said today's been a cluster. I rolled out of the house and then rolled back in, and you texted me.
Hence why we're starting at almost 8 o'clock.
Yep. But hey, we're here. You gotta be in line to be on time.
That's right.
And we just weren't in line, but you gotta be in it to win it, and that's what Nate found out. So congratulations to Nate. Heritage Big Buck Contest gun winner.
I don't think he's been on the show yet.
Not with his winnings. Not with his winnings, he hasn't. I'm gonna check the audios.
I don't think he's been on the show, period.
Since he's been done, maybe not.
Shot.
Since he's been, somebody's honking at you, Nate.
Yeah, they do that.
Well, they hear this is the place to be, Pierce Metalworks. So. Since he's been done. Oh yeah, audio's coming through crystal clear. Video's crystal clear, dude. I mean, this is.
There he is.
Nice.
There he is.
Good old bottom ninth buck with his winnings.
The big sixer.
Yep, absolutely. So, what do you think? Rip sponsors? Well,
Sure.
not rip them, but roll the sponsors. That's a better way to say it. Right up here in the corner, Busy Bee Chiropractic and Wellness. Go see Dr. Britt. I had my sauna this week and my feel good adjustment, dude. And I'll tell you what, it's worth its weight in gold. Hannah tweaked her back the other day. Went and saw Dr. Britt. Got feeling better. So anybody that's having some aches and pains as you're starting to get out there this springtime, get over and see Dr. Britt. Get adjusted, get stuff fixed so it doesn't make issues for you. Take the banners down so we can see that. See that guy sitting on the cart, the la carte. So, yeah, go see Dr. Britt over there in Newark, New York. He's a wide dude. Like we said,
He is wide. He ain't got much for tines. The one big brow tine's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, go see Dr. Britt and pipe down over there.
Oh, yeah, we
each get a chicken.
We each get a chicken for the show.
Well, we did one in my garage one time with the chickens back in the day. Yep.
They are the newest members of Owen's clan.
Yep, and the Pierce Metalworks shop mascots. It's probably gonna poop on me.
BMW chickens.
Yep. Also, shouting out M&R Firewood. Get a little SMR noise. M&R Firewood in Phelps, New York. Go see Rick for all your firewood needs. He's gonna probably be doing a little bit at the farm if he runs out of dry spots. He was saying, I know you're gonna clip up some firewood over there for my dad and help out with some of the cleanup. But M&R Firewood in Phelps, they do face cords, they do specialty smoking wood, campfire bundles as well. That's coming up for the camping season. Swing through on Route 96, heading out of town, headed east, and get a bundle of firewood there, and or down by Smoking Pete's on Seneca Lake for all of your firewood needs. Thank you, M&R Firewood, for being one of the original show sponsors. Pierce Metalworks, we are in the shop. This is our second studio, and I like it. The acoustics are good. Wi-Fi is amazing out here now.
Somehow it just fixed itself.
Yep, decided to be great. You gotta stood up so you can get over the top of his rack.
I know.
So yeah, so all your metal fabricating, welding needs, repairs, you name it, Nate can help you out. He's in here. He's got a custom railing he's building right now. Just got the CNC machine
Powered up.
and
I gotta get a couple more things hooked up, and I gotta get it leveled. But yeah, CNC will be up and running and easily, probably a week or two.
heck yeah. So reach out to Pierce Metal Works for all of your welding and fabricating needs. We got Phelps Fire Department. We had Nora's birthday party there. I think we talked about that a little bit last episode. I think it's been, yeah, we did it right after her birthday. So we went up there for Nora's party. We did our summer fundraiser there for the youth organizations locally. But it's a great place to have a kid's birthday party. You know, we can even give you tips on how to set it up and how we kind of laid it out. I think it came out pretty good.
Yeah, it was nice. They even had well, you guys didn't even rent the bounce houses. Didn't you guys just buy them?
You can rent the bounce houses from us and donate that to the fire department.
There you go.
So reach out to Phelps Fire Department. Thanks everybody over there for always offering a great place for get-togethers and keeping us safe in the community. Thank you, Phelps Fire. We got Heritage Outdoor Sports. Like we shouted out the buck contest. We're looking to get more word out there next year, get some more participants in it, and get it back to where it was like it used to be at the Buckhorn with like a bigger game dinner and stuff like that after and stuff like that. And, you know, we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, for all of your archery and needs, they just had their Super Bowl Saturday sale the other day. I was there, talked to a couple guys about the Habitat Day coming up, which we're going to talk more about this show, and just talked land with a lot of folks, asking about what prices are doing, everything like that. So it was a good event, good to see people. Nora was running around having fun with all the kids. Seemed like there was a pile of kids there throughout the day. So that was cool, and there's some great sales, and they're also authorized Tacticam dealer now, so you can go over there. And I think Tacticam is still doing their trail camera trade-in, where you bring a camera in, and I think you get $25 or something off your Tacticam purchase. So throw your old camera in the bin, get $25 off a new camera, and I think you can use that for any of their lineup, including their security cameras. So if you want more information on that, head over to Heritage Outdoor Sports. For all of your archery and outdoor needs, they're the ones to go to. That's where we go. The only people that touch my bow.
Yep.
So Dahmer's Taxidermy. Had Jesse on, and we threw Dahmer's up there for. He owes us a free skull mount. Was the deal for next year for doing the sponsorship. So we'll see if he comes through or not. If we keep him on the sponsor list. So Dahmer's for Euro needs. We've used him for a couple. He does a great job. He's getting into the swing of it. He did what 40, 50 heads this year. Did a pile of them.
Yeah, I think 30 something.
Yeah. I told him he's got to extend it in past deer season. Like we had stuff show up in like late gun muzzleloader, and he was like, "Nah, I'm done." I'm like, "What do you mean you're done?" "Nah, I'm fishing."
He probably could have made another $500 or something.
$500,000 probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then Whitetail Properties here in New York and throughout the country. If you're tuning in a different state, we got an agent in that state. I about guarantee it. But if you're looking here locally, contact myself, Tim Kent, or Heather Kent for all of your land needs, whether that's home on acreage, farm ground, timber ground, rec ground. We do have an auction services, ranch and farm auctions. I actually had a listing appointment today, so I got new listings coming in Yates County, potentially plural, depends on how we get approval for subdivision of that parcel and kind of the way it lays out. So it looks like we're going to have some acreage and then some home on acreage with that one. So stay tuned for more information on that, and we have a really cool featured one to show on this episode too for Whitetail Properties. So with that, into the show, 100 Proof Whitetails. Here we are. So thank you to all the sponsors. And if you're interested in being a sponsor, let us know. We would love to support you when you support us. So, but yeah, dude, we got out. You got some frost seeding done the other day.
Yeah.
Whipped up a batch. My phone's been ringing for clover orders. I did order a little bit extra this year, so if anybody is looking for some clover, let me know. Be happy to hook you up. I do have some brassicas too this year. And anything else you're looking or got questions about or need, just let me know. I'll be able to help you out. Get that in, get it done. So
Yeah, got some frost seeding in.
that's the same plot you frost seeded what? 3 years ago now? Two or 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
Yep. So
And then, yeah, that was the year I shot Willie on it.
okay. Yep. Sure.
The Willie buck.
That makes sense.
5.5-year-old
Stud.
stud.
Weighed about 110 pounds soaking wet. With his guts in.
He was hurting.
He was run down pretty hard. But loving that. That frost seeded spring mix.
Mm-hmm.
Spring mix custom blend. But you did the same kind of process. So you do, when you frost seeded that one, did you do a little bit of soil manipulation like last time?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of rough cutting with the...
I also put fertilizer down.
Okay.
This year I did not.
This year you did not. Okay. So we'll see how it goes. But that last time the farmer said that was some of the best hay, like quality wise, that he's pulled off that field in a long time.
Mm-hmm. That was the whole field.
Mm-hmm.
The whole 2 acres. I just frost seeded an acre of it this time.
Yep. So, and actually surprisingly, dude, with everybody saying everything's going up, clover actually went down this past year. Don't tell me how that happened, but somehow clover went down. So shipping was the same, but actually I think the shipping might have went up, but the total bill went down somehow. I don't know. I didn't look at the prices. I said I just need this, and it came, and I was like, oh, well, that's I think less than last year. I looked at my receipt. I was like, I don't know where the difference was, but there's a difference there. So clover went down. I mean, like probably 10, $20 over the whole order, but still went down.
Yeah, went down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Can't complain with that.
So yeah, we got some frost seeding in. We've done some shed hunting.
Mm-hmm. Nate had an eagle eye spot the other day.
That was a pretty good spot. You guys probably saw the video. If you haven't seen the video, it's on the Hunter Proof Facebook page. You can go on there and watch us. Wow, us and Owen pick up the shed.
Yep.
And yeah, and then we found a forky, a dead forky.
Yeah, the dead 4-point. Yep, found that day too. So the total right now, I think because you didn't find anything on your piece when you walked that, but when I was talking to Caleb, that's the other reason why we're late today. It's because Caleb stopped by, and I owed him some money, and so he's like, "Hey, you doing a show tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, Caleb," and we're standing here, and it's 7 o'clock. I gotta get moving. No, it's all good. But he was talking. He got a picture this morning. Not bachelor group, but a group of bucks, and 2 of them are still holding, and both of them are, decent bucks. Usually, and that's not abnormal. I mean, we're still, mid-March, but I think these up and downs. I think if you do have anybody who's still holding, I think you're gonna start seeing them drop. So, but
It won't be long.
no, and I think like we shoot for 75-80% of the bucks are pretty much shut out, as a whole. So you're not gonna get them all, before spring green up. And then we always say we find oldies, every year. So whether you didn't see it, you were looking at your phone, chasing the kid, whatever the reason was, you didn't catch it last year. Coyote dragged it and moved it in there on you.
Yeah.
You never know. So, but yeah, and again, we were just starting to roll with it. I found a nice one at my grandma's. Found a little fork as well the other day, but like I was telling Nate, I was like, I walked for 5 hours that day, dude, and it was like hour 3. I found that one, and I was like, all right, time to get into them. Walked 2 more hours, didn't find a damn thing. Which is good. I mean, that 1 buck is the only dead buck we found so far this year, which is good. I say that so far. We have probably 65-70% of the farm left to go. So, but we just got snow again up there. So, if they are on the ground, they're covered up with snow.
That should be gone by the end of this week, though.
I'm thinking,
Supposed to get back up in the 40s now, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's supposed to warm up. sun actually put a pretty good hurting on it today. We were covered over pretty good this morning when I left and I got back home. Most of it's out of the yard, so I'm sure we'll get back out. But yeah, again, if we find them, great. I don't hit it as hard as I kind of used to with the shed hunting and stuff. I'll probably try to do a shed day. Maybe it'll be April by the time I do it, but
It's harder to find time.
yep, it's hard to find time and it's hard to find a weekend. That's the big thing. Because we got
Everything's got to line up.
we got the running. Well, I got the runnings thing on Saturday for the scoring.
I got my brother's thing.
We got your brother's diaper party. I'm trying to think what I got Sunday. Friday I got to show ground. Sunday is Maple Weekend at Everson's that I was going to go set up at for a little bit.
You gonna do the hides and everything?
Yep, for the kids, the interactive. I can't do Saturday because of the scoring and the runnings thing. I thought about putting my pop up there and just putting the furs out for the kids to play with. I'd go set that up first and then go to runnings.
Everson's does a nice job. I like their Maple Weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
Stony Ridge is another one that does they're a little smaller than Everson's, but they do a nice job also. They're over there in more towards Macedon, I believe.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna reach out to Brandon and them over there and see if they want me to go set the pop up. You know, the weather looks good, but putting the pop up there with the table with the furs and stuff for the kids, and that way I can, you know, kind of be there without being there for the kids to have hands on and touch and feel the furs and stuff like that. And that's what I got them donated to, you know, like the youth days and stuff for doing stuff like that. So happy to support them. And then I got to get my.
Is Jeff gonna go?
I might put Jeff up there if the weather's gonna be good. I might leave him there because a lot of people like to take pictures with him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna talk to Brandon and see if I can go set that up Saturday, and then because I left him there overnight, I just pulled the pop up down a little bit and left him there overnight, or put him inside the garage is what I did. So and I'll be there Sunday. They do a Sunday service there. Mr. Everson does that, and they do pancakes and stuff, coffee, all that good stuff. Do maple sugar tours. So it's a good time for the family. If anywhere you go out for Maple Weekend, there's a bunch of
They do a nice
sugar bushes that do it. So.
tractor wagon ride.
Yep, they do that through the sugar bush too. So yeah, Maple Weekend's always a good time. And then the following Saturday we have the Habitat Day. So I'll throw that out there now. We're doing a Habitat Day in partnership with the NWTF Hardwood Strutters chapter here locally. We're going to be looking at a recent timber harvest. We're going to be doing food plots, tree plantings. We have trees that are getting donated by Meadowview Nurseries to the attendants. So whether we have enough for everybody to take a tree home, or we might do like a door prize raffle thing with them, I don't know. I haven't picked the trees up yet. But thanks Ben Lau and Meadowview Nurseries for that. Also, these are all recent developments, so some people even watching this might be new news. Justin Austin from Austin Property Services is going to come and do a forestry mulching demo. I got to meet him at some point, like this week or next week, probably next week, and look at a place to do a demo for folks. And probably he's going to like demo like almost like a before and after area that we can look at, because I can't have him running that with 30, 40 of us standing around a, you know, big drum mulcher with a skid steer, but I'm sure he can answer anybody's questions, and I figured he's done work for us. I put the invitation out to him to bring his machine by to do a demo kind of area or something like that to promote him and support him, because he did well for us and he does good work. So, and he's done work for us, clients, etc. So whether you're clearing out for food plots, for bedding areas and invasives, underbrush in a undesirable like heavy beach area, I mean it's the ticket, man. It's a really nice piece of equipment. Soil and Water for Wayne County / NRCS is going to bring the brand new, hasn't even been in the dirt yet, 6 foot 3-point drill.
I thought it was 5 foot.
It's a 6.
Oh, extra foot.
Yep. So they got that coming. That'll, I don't know if it'll be sitting on the trailer or what they're looking to do with it. But I told Ian, I said, hey, so that could just, you know, it could live here, you know, and you just let me know when you got to come get it. So that'll be cool. So looking forward to seeing those folks and having them there. as well, and NWTF will be there. The education coordinator for New York. I think the regional director is going to be there too. A bunch of people from the chapter, so it'll be a good day. We'll be walking around in the woods, talking turkeys, talking deer, talking habitat, Q&As as well. It's not going to be a free-for-all walk wherever you want. We kind of got a design station loop. We looked at it the other day when we were in there, and you found that shed. So yeah, it'll be a good time, dude.
Spoiler alert: you're all lining up 10 feet apart, shed hunting Ben's entire property.
Nate, you weren't supposed to tell them that. Now nobody's going to show up because we're going to put them to work. Just kidding. We have 500 trees coming, and everybody's planting trees all day. Habitat Day, hands on. No, so
get my hunting chores done.
Yep, get my hunting chores done for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your payment is the knowledge you will take home with you.
Yep. 10 feet.
I don't know, what was it, 30 feet or
20
30 yards?
feet. 20 feet,
whatever.
20 feet you were yelling that one. Yeah. So, no, it'll be good. I'm not going to put you to work. We are going to do a tree planting demonstration, but it's not going to be that deep.
You get hands-on probably if you wanted to.
Yeah, if anybody wants to dig around in the dirt a little bit, I mean, if you want to plant one,
There's a big pile of stone that Owen likes.
6 inches!
Owen likes to play with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's what Dad said. He's like, Nate dropped, and wasn't that Nate dropped off those doors for me the other day, and like a thank you thing. He's like, he threw them in my pile of stone and wrecked my pile of stone. I'm like, it's a pile of stone. I'm like, what are you talking about? He wrecked a pile of stone. So anyway, but yeah, we got parking and everything's all set. The loop and kind of the station ideas are set. The only thing, like I said, we're not really 100% sure of is where we're going to have Austin do kind of the demo area. We might have a spot around the food plot where we can kind of push some stuff back with the mulcher. So maybe we can watch from the far side of the field up there by top field is kind of something that popped in my head for it. So we'll see. But I think that'll be cool for folks to kind of see that machine in action or pick the tree that he's gonna grind up in about 8.2 seconds. Dude, it's a heck of a machine. When it's in the right kind of like honeysuckle, buckbrush, buckthorn, it just yep, chew it up, spit it out. Do what you want to do after. Plant trees back to it. I've seen guys do that before where they grind it down and then plant trees back to it. If it's a heavy cover area, food plots are tough behind it because of all the carbon load from all the chips and stuff. But you can do it. I think buckwheat and just a steady dose of rye, and it takes a few years. Or you can, we've scraped some off with a York rake before. Get a lot of that stuff off, and just kind of clean it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So Habitat Day, you have to register. Contact me or go to the NWTF website and register there. It is capped. I haven't seen what the current registration numbers are or whatever, but I know it was at least 9 or 10 or something the other day when I looked, so it's about third, fourth. That's yours.
It is mine?
Yep, that's yours.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's yours.
Forgot
That's
you-
what I brought with you for your buck.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, what
Thank
else
you.
we got coming up the next couple weeks? I'm sure shed hunting will be on that list. Oh, we'll talk frost seeding. That's another thing we're going to talk more in depth on because we're going to reseed the dump because that got a little boogered with the project, but it also got expanded with the project. It got a little bigger. My stand's still there.
I seen the stand.
They did knock down your mock scrape though, Nate. It's ruined.
I don't even know if deer were using it.
They were.
Are they?
Oh yeah. And then trout derby.
Yep. Trout derby.
This Saturday after, talking that we have no time. April 4th, so shout out to Mike and Upstate NY Sportsman, I think I got the name right. Their 18th annual trout derby, something like that.
18th or 19th.
Yeah, it's going on almost 20 years there, so register online. There's a sheet there on the Upstate NY Sportsman's page. to get registered. You can contact Mike Vienna or one of us. We can put you in contact with them. There's raffle tickets for charters, trail cameras, all sorts of prizes will be there at the event too. Kids are guaranteed a prize.
Kids are pretty much guaranteed to go home with a fishing pole.
Yep, pretty much. So we're probably.
And then I think there's a kid table and
an adult
adult door prize. If you just enter, you get to go over. It's like first come, first serve.
Mm-hmm.
You go over and whatever's on that table, you can grab.
Yeah, you might get a Meps, you might get a bottle of hooch, you might get something,
I know a couple years ago, Jesse actually got, I think it was 2 rounds of skeet at the Buckhorn Gun Club.
Sweet. Yeah. So
They had that out there.
We're probably going to throw some stuff together. I know we got a few hats left, and stuff like that. That'd be good prizes and support Mike. And he offered to let us have like a little table set up there. So I said, oh, great, we'll just roll a playlist of 100 proof episodes on the TV and
All the ones with Jesse.
all the ones with Jesse. All the kids will be walking by the kids' table, and it'll just be like bleep 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 bleep. But yeah, so no, that'll be good. It'll be my first year possibly throwing a line in, as long as the weather's good and I can get Nora down to the water. We'll probably throw a line in. I have to hurry up and get registered before I forget about it. That's on my to-do list, on my never-ending, always growing to-do list. And then, yeah, like at all my weekends, I got something, every one of them. Those other ones aren't that big. A couple of them are Hannah's things that she has those days. So, and then also April 7th is Keith Burley's birthday. If anybody's keeping track of that.
Keith Burley.
So yeah, and that pretty much gets us into April. So, which he is in the process of getting his certified surveyor's license, so he can be a licensed surveyor on his own. He's not a tech anymore. So, wishing him the best of luck with his results. He's already taken the test, so it's going to be what it's going to be.
Wait, I'm sure he did good.
Yep.
Keith's a smart guy.
Well, and he's been studying his tail off. So, but yeah. So, no. So yeah. So, tell us about your shed hunting find the other day at the farm, because this one was one of the most impressive spots that I've seen.
Ben's giving me a compliment.
Dude, it was when we told my dad, he's like, "Oh, you're finding all the ones that I always find right next to the trail or on the trail," and I'm like, "No." And anybody that's been to the farm, you'll see it at the Habitat Day if you go there, or if you've been out shed hunting or something. The farm's thick, and we're going right through
Probably the thickest part of the farm.
one of the thickest parts of the farm, down one of the access trails, down one of the ridges. We have an access trail cut in, and we're going down that on side by side because it's dry. And we're putting along, I don't know, 8-10 miles an hour, just cruising speed down the trail. And Nate, all of a sudden, I'm trying to dodge the branches that are kind of falling in and growing in over the year. And I'm looking, and I see Nico. Oh, whoa, look! Almost hanging out the side by side. I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "I think it was an antler." And he's like, "Back up, back!" And he's looking. He's like tapping Owen on the back. He's like, "Back up, back up!" And so we're backing up, and he's like, right, up, a little more, there. And
There was like a hole you could look down like this big.
Yep. And
There it was. You can see, looked like an antler.
Yeah. And you're like, it's a good one if it is.
Yeah. I thought some of it was buried, but you got the binoculars out, and you're like, "Wow, I think it is." And you handed me the binoculars. I look, I'm like, "Yeah, it's definitely got to be one."
Yeah.
So we walked down there. It was probably 30 yards off the trail.
30, 40, anyway.
Yeah.
It was probably 20 to the bottom, and it was on the other side of the wet. So this is like down a little.
Well, you could watch the video. You can see how far we walked from the trail.
Yeah, so we were probably 5-6 yards off the trail coming down into that little bottom. And it opened up in there a little bit, but from the trail, it's thick. So. But, yep.
And, yeah, that was pretty cool. And then it was tuning fork.
Yep, it was his side that he broke off late October, right? Actually.
That was a rough break. That was main beam. That was.
Yeah, he broke it off about 3 inches above his base.
was
Yep. So,
a good break.
but he fights and chips up and breaks up every year. I mean, that's
It would be cool to see this year. He had what, like a ½ inch or 3/4 inch drop tine starting?
yep on the one side, and I mean he's a 6-7 point, mainframe, really kind of
Yeah, he's
tightish,
he's never gonna be a
and his body's huge.
record breaker,
Well,
but
his body's freaking massive.
he's a unique buck. He's cool.
Yep. So yeah, we don't grow 190-inch deers, but
I mean,
we got cool, unique ones. I mean, we got like Dono with the droopy beam.
yeah.
We had him. We've had
I
some
know,
really solid slammer 8s and 9s, but
he just throws a goofy rack.
that's
I
just
don't
what
even
he
know.
is.
I don't even know if he breaks 100 inches.
Not last year. I bet he wouldn't break 100.
He probably will this year. We'll
Yeah,
see.
if he puts on another growth from his tuning fork. So we call him tuning fork because he kind of came, and he's pretty tight, but he came like kind of straight off his head last year, and they were kind of like almost inverted. And they look, like, to me, they looked like you hit them on a counter and make a bing, like
Yeah.
a tuning fork. So I called him tuning fork. And we saw that he had good brows last year, but he started chipping this off, chipping that off, and he's an aggressive buck. I grunted him in last year. Actually, the same morning that Terry Tate, who supposedly also made it through, another deer that's not going to score over 100 inches. We got these 4 or 5-year-old
You got
bucks.
the bruisers.
We got these 4 or 5-year-old bucks that got like one eye, half a rack. It's like the island of misfit deer, and he's another deer that's probably only 105 inches, but he's like 5 or 6 years old now. Snort wheezed that buck in that morning too. So just, we got some really cool deer to chase, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yep. And there's always, I still didn't have a confirmation if Hank's alive or not. I never got a postseason picture of him. I looked back at it. I had a post-gun season picture, but not post-muzzleloader.
But didn't he do that last year? He disappeared at the end.
He
of
showed
the
up
season?
at Grandma's
Yeah,
for
he
like
did-
3 days.
He disappeared.
And then I found his shed like 2 days after the last picture at Grandma's, way over on the far west side of our farm. And my dad's like, "That's not the same deer." And I'm like, "I look at enough pictures. That's the same deer."
I mean, it's
As the crow flies,
flies, it's not
sure.
that far.
Sure.
A deer could make that truck, and
But if that's part of, and we talk about this with deer too, and we have that sometimes where they disappear for a year and then they come back. We have that happen before. But I think a lot of them like venture back out to a home range, or a couple deer get shot in a neighborhood and they kind of go back to that one, kind of bounce around. They're all different. And then you have other ones that you just get them on 3 cameras and you kill them 100, 150 yards from where you're getting most of their pictures. I mean, they're all different.
Yep.
We had one 2 years ago that was back and forth between, seemed like every week between Grandma's and the farm, 2-year-old, and he was back and forth all the time, like kind of a wide flat 8.
yeah. It's kind of like this guy, honestly. I mean, he was like a homebody. I had pictures of him all year. I never saw him in person until the last half hour of the holiday hunt, but
That's where you screwed up, buddy.
he was always
You walk by the hay
he was
bales.
always around. I just never laid eyes on him.
You walk by the hay bales, dude.
Yeah. Even Brian likes that hay bale thing.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm so looking forward to that. But yeah, so we looked at the stand that I want to talk about, and this is one that I wish we could get that far over on the Habitat Day, but that's like kind of going from the west side of the east side of the road all the way to the east side of the east side of the road, where
Oh,
we
the one
got,
where all the trails kind of cross.
and it worked out.
Mapped it
so
out.
I want to shout out Trevor, who needs to get on the podcast as a sponsor too. By the way, Trevor, I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna call you out and then thank you. So you need to get on and be a sponsor. But in coordination with that, we had him, and I talked about putting this new access trail in, which is dynamite, for getting along that side of the farm. But what I told him to do is, if you see stands, put little logging road cuts within 30, 40 yards of it, pile some shit, and so you basically are making a secondary funnel around stands that are already there. Because everything that was staying that we didn't pull out is going to be a continuing stand because they're good locations. And we're just building layers on those spots now. And we get in there and I'm like, I'm like, man, this looks so good. The logging road cuts up here. This is all messed up. The access is here now. This is great. And I'm looking around and I'm like, and the stand should be here somewhere. And what I don't realize is I'm like 60 yards from where the stand is. But because the woods has changed there, it's not looking like my brain remembers it.
Yeah.
And then Nate's like, the stand's back here. And then we
Yeah,
walk.
I walked right by it.
Yeah, and I walk around the big pile of kind of brush that he messed up there, and I look, and there's a nice logging road that cuts down the hill, and there's like a logging road that comes on the face of the woods now, and then that stand's sitting there, and it's just all still tucked up nice and pretty, and I'm like,
He didn't mess up the pile of brush. He piled the brush.
perfect.
Ben said he messed up. He didn't mess up.
No, he put the mess of a pile of brush
like
in the
it's
right spot. It's like
pile.
perfectly coordinated, like, and that's what we talked about, was like talking to your logger, and it's like, if you can tell him that you're looking to do something like that, like, they'll work with you. Like when we talked about doing that border trail on the one side, same thing where I said, block this up, make a wall. We got in there with Owen, and I'm just like, hey, Nate, we're gonna turn around and go back the other way. I'm gonna run this with the dog, because it was
Owen's
just,
not gonna make it through.
it's just a cluster, dude, and I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted.
Yep.
So talking to your logger, laying out your logging roads is going to be a big topic of conversation, and giving examples of it in the woods. But that came out so good, and the more I look at that and walk it, the more like those cuts and everything just kind of come together so much better. Like it, other than he missed a tree, I will call him out. We found one he missed.
Yeah, there was a mark there.
Yep, that one was marked, and it wasn't like faintly marked. It was. So, but anyway, yeah, so, but yeah, dude, that spot from the side by side, that was mint. And it was, like I said, it was a good, if you guys watch the video, it's on the Hunter Proof page. I put it up on the YouTube channel too, in the shorts. It's been getting a ton of views over there, and comments from guys. Nice shed, everything like that. So yeah, it's good. So we'll hopefully get a couple more. We went in where Owen picked up his first shed 2 years ago. No, the other day for a short walk, and he walked out of there with a armload of old leg bones, because we lose a lot of them to cars there.
Couple skulls, couple leg bones. He's got them all in a basket. Ben was nice enough to let Owen bring the antler home to show his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's gonna go back to the farm collection, but that was pretty cool. I was kind of hoping you were gonna let him bring it home, just so he'd show Eliza.
Well, that's
I wasn't gonna say anything because I know your guys' rules over there.
Well, yeah, that's, but it's no different like if I'm out at your place and we find something that's your shed, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how, we do it, but, if Owen wants to, take it home and hang out with it, as long as Ted or one of the dogs doesn't chew it up or whatever, dude,
They don't really
if we end
chew
up killing the buck, I want it for the pictures and the story and that kind of stuff, but, like I said too, if the deer ends up dead, like, what am I gonna do with it? It's gonna go and pile with the rest of them. Like, I got a pile of nice ones in the office, and then I got,
what it is.
the ones off the bucks that I killed and stuff, but, and then some of the bigger ones that came off of deer that I offered, the ones to a neighbor, and, one Amish neighbor who's leaving now, and, they can't display them. He's like, so literally just sit out in the barn next to the skull plate of the 170-inch deer.
Yeah, so you might as well keep it.
Yeah, so that's what he said. He's like, I appreciate it, but he's like, I don't know what I'd do with it. I was like, oh, yeah, well, just different people. They don't display them or don't groove on it like that. So, But anyway, so we are the day after St. Patrick's Day. So I did bring a little Jameson Black Barrel. This is my favorite, I guess second favorite Irish whiskey. But my favorite is the Redbreast 12, but I grabbed this and I was like, I haven't had it in a while. I was like, so I want to bring this on the show. So
Jameson.
Black Barrel Special.
Nice pop.
Good fresh pop.
Nice pop.
I'll have a little.
Did you do any corned venison?
I'll let you pour your own. No. Hannah's grandma made a very, very good corned beef, cabbage, and corn and potato soup. Well, stocked pot, basically, or whatever you want to call it. and that was really good. Didn't have any leftovers, so you know it's good. All the carrots, potatoes, there was a little bit of cabbage left. But all the meat was gone. Like I only got one little, cause she does two pots. She does one cut of one meat,
Well,
one cut
like
of another. One.
a lot of the family comes over and stuff, right? It's kind
Yeah.
of like a little party.
Yep. Bob, Jay, Larry, Candace, Grandma, me, Nora. Nora pounded a whole slice of corned beef.
She likes her
She was
meat.
hammering it. But yeah, so that was good. But I wanted to put an Irish one, and what'd she bring? Hannah's grandma brought, because we always do Irish coffee after dinner. That's her thing. That's something her grandma's always done since I've always been around there. And so we warm it up on the pot on the stove, put the whiskey in, make the coffee, and then stir it all in together, and then you pour it out of the pot
That's pretty
together.
cool.
Yep. So I think this year she usually gets like Bushmills or something like that. This year she got Conor McGregor's Proper 12. And that's what we did for the Irish coffee this year. So I think it turned out pretty good. I don't know. We drank a whole fifth of it in the pot of Irish coffee. So had a whole pinter.
This actually tastes like it'd be good in coffee. It's kind of got that really strong caramel taste to it.
Yeah, I like the black barrel. I think they put it in a second barrel to finish it off with it. Blackened whiskey barrel or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely got that nice like caramely, but it still tastes like an Irish whiskey. It's not quite like a bourbon caramely. It's like kind of its own caramel. But I like it. 80 proof. It's an easy sipper. Definitely one I recommend. Jameson, straight Jameson is reserved for pickleback shots for me. I'm not a fan of straight Jameson, like regular green label.
Some people really like it.
Yeah. No, I'm not Irish enough to like Jameson. And also, I guess you're not supposed to pull Scotch out on St. Patrick's Day. It's supposed to be Irish, not Scottish. It's Irish.
So it must be Hannah's family's a lot of Irish
Yep, Hannah's got that. I got 0.
from must be your mom's side. Peggy.
Yep. And there's a little bit I think on the Smith side too. Potato people, but I do like the potatoes. I mean, I like the potatoes. I like the whiskey, and we were drinking Smittix for beer. Bob had another red ale that was made here locally in New York, which was really good. I guess Irish style red ale. That was good. No Guinness this year, which I was kind of bummed about. Usually we have a 6-pack of Guinness we get.
Some car bombs with grandma.
I bet she would, dude. Larry picks her up because, it's a lot for her to carry, like 2 pots. When I say pots, like they're pots of like.
Do you do it at your
stew.
house?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's cool.
So Larry goes and picks up Jean and brings her over so he can bring the food all over because she cooks all the food, dude. Other than Bob maybe
She's
bringing
a
the
go-getter
rolls
for
or
her
something.
age.
Oh yeah, she still.
How old
does
is
it.
she now?
Jean's 96, 97.
Yeah, she still gets around real good.
Yep. So goes to does her bone builders or whatever and stuff like that too still. So, yep. And makes most of the food for all of our holiday get-togethers. So, yep.
Yeah, that's
Not
cool.
slowing down at all.
That's cool.
So, yeah. Actually, it was cool. Speaking of cool, so I've been with the help of a lot of help from my mom. I want to definitely say thank you to my mom. We have been putting in a couple new shelves in the far back room of the basement and reorganizing and just getting stuff off the floor back there because it's getting a little cluttered. It looks completely different. It looks amazing. So in doing so, you obviously open a box and see if you can put it in another box of stuff. So we consolidated the 9 totes of paper goods we had.
Yeah.
So anyway, in that sorting, I found stuff from our NDA banquet or QDMA banquet we did, a random box.
At the Newark Country Club?
Yep.
That was a while ago.
I found a random box
That
of
had been
that.
5-6 years ago.
It had to have been 7 years ago, dude.
What was that?
Pretty damn close. Because it was 2000, 19, yeah, 19, 2019. Yeah, 1999. 2019, probably, I think it was. It was back there, dude.
The year I got married.
Yep. So, found a box of that. I found some of Hannah's grandfather's journals from when he was in Guadalcanal in World War II. I found his book with some like signatures and stuff from guys he was in the service with and a bunch of that stuff. So that was cool. Found one of his marksman books because he went at some point during the Korean conflict. He went back. So I don't know if he was in active duty or if he was just. But I found one of his range log books from like 1951, which would be like Korea. So I found that. Like found just some cool shit that was in boxes that I'd probably found at one point, and then tons of old shotgun shells, dude, and like cool vintage shotgun shell boxes. I think I've showed you some of those before.
It's probably fun to go through.
Yep. So just cool stuff, and then consolidating and putting like all of our camping shit together and all of our crock pots, so we don't store them in the cupboards upstairs or downstairs now. We use them probably once a week. So but we have like piles of them for like family get-togethers. Like we'll do 2-3 crock pot sides, or like for the Super Bowl we used to bring over a crock pot or two for spinach artichoke dip, chicken wing dip, all the good dip sides and stuff.
Dill dip. You did the dill dip one year.
That pickle dip.
That was good.
Yeah. So all sorts of good stuff, dude. But yeah, and then stuff that you just like shake your head. You're like, where the heck did that come from? My mom's like, I did. My mom was like crying today. She showed me. She's like, I didn't know you had this custom Williams box made for your wedding rings. I was like, yeah, we found that too when we were going through stuff. Like, and my mom's like, these were Hannah's shoes from the wedding. Like, yeah. Said, yeah, put it on the wedding shelf. There's two shelves there for the wedding stuff. Leftover extra lavender, dude. I got a whole box of lavender sprigs that we bought a bunch of from our wedding that Hannah does like little centerpiece things in a couple times a year for the house and stuff like that out of that. So, but yeah, no, it's coming together good down there. It's back so I can shoot my bow down there again. If we get some cruddy rainy weather, even though it's springtime, then I got to get out and I got to put some raised beds in this year. I got to put the Nora's playset up on some of those timbers. That's what I'm going to use some of those timbers.
You got to get that thing together.
Yep. Well, I want to get down in the yard, but it's freaking soft.
It isn't kind of at a low point.
Yeah. So I want to get that up this year and then kind of attach that jungle gym side. Get the slide for that, because I have a slide for that over here, Madison Street. Get that hauled back so I can get the slide put in. Got some projects to do. But I'm waiting for it to stop snowing and firm up a little bit so I can get down there with the forks and lift it up and put the timbers under it and all that good stuff to finish that up. So, and then raised beds. We did started to rotate the garden tarp the other day, so we're not plugging the same holes we plugged last year with the garden. You guys doing a big garden again this year?
Yeah, we'll have a garden out back here behind the shop. Liza really enjoys
Your sunflowers and pumpkins, dude, were slamming last year.
Owen really enjoys it. Yeah, Liza's gotten quite into the gardening, so that's cool.
Yeah, and it's nice. So I mean, the only thing that I'm worried about this year is because we're free ranging the chickens a lot more to cut down on the feed bill, because that's one thing that hasn't gone down is chicken feed. And get chickens, because your eggs are free after you spend $50, $60, $70 a month to feed the damn things. And then you wind up right now when they're cranking eggs without places to do with, like right now, dude, we're pulling 10 to 12 eggs a day.
Yeah, then you got to find a place for them.
Yep. So I told Hannah, I said, your coworkers better like eggs. Because I made a bunch of quiches the other day. Like, you just try to do stuff to,
use them up.
Use them. My mom takes some down to the church. She took some to my one aunt and uncle. Like, and then I looked today when I was taking laundry out of the dryer and stuff, and I looked down and I'm like, oh, there's another bucket with 2 dozen eggs. Must be the last 2 days of eggs right there. We got to go through and and just go through and pick, like, the clean ones are the ones that we give to people, unless we wash them, and then if we wash them, because they'll be good on the shelf for a couple days while they got a little bit of mud on them, as long as they're not like covered in mud. But yeah, so yeah, the chickens are cranking. My couple of my hen turkeys have started venturing out. I'm wondering if the one's gonna nest by the back door again this year. She's been scoping it out and kind of bowling
Finding
it
her
out and
spot
stuff.
again.
Yep, she's been heading back there, so I'm thinking Honey's gonna nest there again. So that'll be cool if she can, cause she ended up hatching out a good chunk of babies last year. So
Yeah. Those are the ones my brother ended up with 3 of them or 2 of them.
Yep. Yeah,
Yep.
she was the one.
They're still doing all good.
Oh, you didn't end up butchering them?
No, he's still got all his chickens. I think they're pets now.
Well, that's the thing that Hannah was saying is she's like, I kind of want to thin down the turkeys. I'm like, yeah, they're the ones that eat everything. They're the freaking feed hogs, dude. Like, I've been kind of not fixing the top of it so they can get out, so they can like eat in the yard and stuff more than chickens.
Yeah.
But
They're big birds.
yeah, they eat a ton of feed, and the nice thing is we can put like like I guess the bale mess from the barn, like I'll rake that into like a wheelbarrow and go dump it like in part of the yard, and they'll go to that in the morning and pick around in that for a while. So that keeps them busy and close to the house till like one of us goes out and we'll put them back in the lockup. But now that the hens are starting to venture out toward, like I got one that's hanging out by the dog yard, which isn't going to work out for her. She doesn't know that, but that's not going to work out for her because the dogs are going to go out there and eat her eggs. But Ellie and Bear are going to be so happy.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, Honey's kind of by the back porch, and then I saw one the other day out by the barn. So they're kind of starting to, and they're by themselves. And you notice that I've noticed that with them is when they start to find a spot to lay, they'll just kind of just drift off quiet. Usually, you can get there, but they'll kind of look out and they'll be off by themselves, slinking off somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So they're starting to scope the spots out, which makes me think that wild birds are going to start scoping some stuff out too. So, maybe we are going to have hopefully a good hatch this year. I mean, we just added a ton of nesting cover. We just got to have turkeys to nest in it.
Well, you had a bunch of turkeys there a couple of years ago.
Yeah, we did have
I bet you after that cut, they'll be in there checking it out.
Yep. Yeah, we had, when we did the ash cut, we had a bunch of hens get in there and nest in there, a couple successful broods. But we'll talk about it at the Habitat Day. One of the best spots we've had for consistent turkey nesting success is going to be a spot that you just go, what? And it's going to be stop number 1 on the Habitat Day. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's stop number 1. And everyone's just going to go, huh? But it's like, hey,
Works.
if that's it's consistent success, then it's decent. And we've had, I think, three or 4 successful nests right there since probably the last 10 years,
Yeah.
including the year my neighbor almost mowed one over, missed it by like 2 feet. Yeah, that close. But what else did we have this episode, Nate, for the description? Frost seeding, Habitat Day was the big ones. Talking about eggs and the new chickens on the homestead.
Chickens on the homestead.
Shed hunting stories, definitely a couple of laughs, anything like that. Yeah, like I said, we got more inventory coming on the real estate side of stuff, dude. It seems like the phone doesn't stop ringing the last few days for listing appointments. So I got office work to prep for my listing appointments, which I got a nice compliment today from the guy. He's like, he's in his probably, I think he said mid-70s. He's like, I've dealt with a couple real estate agents in my time, and he's like, nobody has sat down and like had a formal presentation to talk about a piece of property and how you price it and how you lay it out and market it and the whole 9 yards with it. He's like, nobody's ever done that with me.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, that's so impressive and is so like helps so much with the understanding about like your house is $200,000. No, these are the numbers that I'm comparing it to. This is what's sold. and then this is what I'm looking at that's active on market, and then we're looking at per acre and da 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 da. And he's like, you just laid it out like so well.
That's nice. Nice to get
So-
good feedback like that.
Yeah, that's what I said. I really appreciate that. And he's like, you must have had some time in this. I said, yep. I said, we got to do our due diligence because that's how we price it to make sure that it's right and the numbers don't lie. What the market's showing us is what, stuff's bringing. That's where we're going to price it. Now we can try to go high, but then we talk about in the presentation too about why maybe going too high is not the best fit for you. It slides in the slideshow. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but if you're interested, I'll sit down with you. So, which caveat's really good into this featured listing that I want to highlight, because I think it's a gem. I've gotten a couple calls on it, and I think we're waiting for the right buyer, and I think this spring is just being tricky with it. So it's not like something everybody is kind of looking for. So pull this up quick. Anything else you can think of, Nate?
No. No. Roll right into it.
Yep. So let me see. Make sure this is all right. Perfect. The mic's still working. I got the audio figured out. I screwed around with this the other night,
There you go.
so we can show what's on the screen, and show you guys. So I just want to show how much pending for how much ground we're moving lately. We're moving a ton of properties, all over the state. So it's this one right here. I'm actually listing one just over this side of the lake from it, coming up, one or two of them. But this is 20.3 acres of producing vineyard in Yates County. So if you've ever dreamed of having like a home with your own personal vineyard, this has established vines ready to go, multiple acres of it. Concord and Niagara grapes. So whether you're doing wine production or just regular grape juice production, selling for produce, etc. We have our new mapping feature, which you guys should be able to see right now on the screen, with the 3D model tour that you can tour and interact with. That's integrated in the website. Just an awesome feature. I think that really highlights it a lot. You can play with this, you can stop it, you can spin it, you can zoom out, you can zoom in, all that stuff. You can take it back to 2D mode, 3D mode, put layers on and off. It's a full interactive map now.
It's got nice access.
I know you'd say something about the access. So yeah, so it's
I like that east side access.
yeah, so it's right off Sutton Road. It's got the active producing vineyard vines on the property, breathtaking sunset views as well as your sunrise views. These are some sunset photos. This was a sunrise photo I got down there the one day I scooted down there. This was actually on my daughter's birthday. I scooted down there the morning of her birthday to take some of these beautiful sunrise shots that you would see over the adjacent neighbor vineyards and stuff like that if you were to build it on this property. The vines are trimmed, maintained, manicured, years and years in production with production records. I think the place to build a house is right here on this little knoll, back off the road a bit. It'd be mint. There's some really nice deer trails and scrapes on the property, some really nice rubs. You can see down in here in these pockets of poplar and stuff that's in the one section. Tons of rubs, a lot of mix of different types of woods. You got oak, maple, hickory, lots of good field edge and habitat. A little bit of wet ground too with some white oaks mixed in. It's got a lot for 20 acres, man. And then obviously the production vines, big deer sign rubs. I mean, it's a beautiful piece. Trails throughout it, for maintaining the vineyard, as well as deer trails. Actually found an old trail camera that was all covered up in leaves,
Yeah, you
which
showed
was
me
cool. But yeah, the trails are immaculate. You can drive the side by side on them. There you go. Your chickens are flying out, Nate. They're gonna be pooping all over your new stuff.
Yeah, no, I got poop all over around there. Thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, just a beautiful property. Some of the historical pictures of harvesting. Tons and tons of grapes yielded off of, I think it's 9 total acres of vines. Literal tons every year of Concords and Niagaras coming out of there. So, I mean, very well producing, healthy vines. big, beautiful production numbers. They got a very cute dog, too,
Golden
that
Retriever.
aids in it.
Kind of
you
looks
know.
like Mal Mal.
Yep, so there's some of the Concords, and then obviously the greens are the Niagaras. And then, yeah, if you're into doing like ice wine, and then couple of the photos the owner sent me of pictures they've taken there over the years. So if you're interested in having a vineyard, an operational vineyard, this is all vineyard up front, and then another section in back, mixed varietals in each section. We can talk about that. So great access off the road, power at the road, beautiful soils for well-drained production levels in that area. Just west of Penn Yan, in the shadow of Cuca Lake. I mean, just a gorgeous property, dude. I love it.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's pretty, and it's kind of a unique one that we specialize in, and that's what I kind of told them, is it's not like a home, stuff like that. It's not like it's going to sell in a week right off, and it's not something that you see come to market very often. So we'll see.
Is that near the Bluffs
The Bluffs.
over there by Cuca Lake?
I think that's further down.
I think it might be.
I think it's further down Cuca there.
But that's you get into that area, that's monster bucket territory.
Oh, dude, there's big deer.
That's monster
There's some big deer in Yates, man.
Well, I know when Liza was going to college at Cuca, spotlighting and whatever else, we'd go down there and I'd go down and hang out with her. We'd go do random stuff. And
There's some big deer down there, dude.
monster deer down there.
Yeah. So, yeah, the piece that I'm gonna be listing, if you're looking for more of a deer rec piece, you want to talk like red oak ridges and stuff. So obviously the value on that one is carried by the vineyard production and stuff like that, per acre, and that's where it changes, and that's where I want to talk about when like I'm pulling comparables or looking at what's sold in the market or what's active in the market. I'm looking at what type of property is comparable to the acreage that you have. So like that one, I pull vineyard comparables to blend that into the cost per acre and break down the different types to what this is valued at per acre versus your woodland versus your road frontage value. All that stuff comes into it. Versus the other one, it's more of, well, what's obviously not vineyard production or not tillable. Like an acre is not an acre. It's just like 1,000 square foot house is not 1,000 square foot house. It can be bulldozer ready, or it could be a beautiful little like tiny home type 1,000-foot house. That's all renovated and to the nines. It's the same thing with an acre of dirt. It's all different. You got to have a specialist that knows how to price that accordingly, value that accordingly, and then market that accordingly. Like that was one of the first things I got down there. I'm like, this has east-west. This is sunrise, sunset photos. It needs both. Like, looking at how to market this property and show the property, to the fullest. Same thing. If I'm going to highlight the other piece as a rec piece, I'm going to be looking for the big deer rubs. I'm going to be looking for the big deer runs going across those couple ravines. Like, work with a land specialist if you're selling land. And guess what? I do a very good job at selling houses too. If you're looking for a rural home, I'd be happy to help you. But I've sold a 2-room schoolhouse. I've sold 600 acres, dude, and everywhere kind of in between you can think of.
Yeah.
So. Alrighty, hour in. Thank you guys for sticking with us, guys and gals. Yeah, get a hold of us for the Habitat Day and anything else we got coming up. We got to start laying out the stuff for the fundraiser and figuring out what we're going to do for that, and pick a weekend and block it out because we're starting to fill stuff up. But yeah, thanks everybody. Must be we had good conversation tonight because nobody dropped any comments on. Not even a hey guys, how are you?
Yeah, and our numbers kind of stayed steady.
Yeah, it's been going up, down, up, down, up, down.
Looks like there was more than just your mom and my grandma watching.
Yeah, well, if they're watching on 2 different TVs, it's 2 different,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's 2 different viewers,
It's all Steve. He's got it on every.
Oh, I take that back.
so.
There's two comments. I'm sorry that the one Facebook is still not feeding in, and I don't know why. Andy said, "Hey guys," and he's watching right now. So, thank you, Andy. I appreciate
What's up,
it.
Andy?
I will see you on Saturday.
I unfortunately will not be there.
Andy, I have a pile of money and score sheets for you to check my math on. So, and add what 5 inches, Nate? We figured I'm light compared to Andy's measuring.
2 to 3.
2 to 3. Okay.
2 to 3. Andy's always 2 to 3 better.
So I've been scoring a pile of deer for folks. So I got a whole bunch of them. I did that scoring day at Mike's. That
You
was
must
great.
have handed Steve's in.
I got Lush's paperwork to go in with that bundle. Yep.
Really? He got his magazine. He said.
Okay.
I don't know how.
Thanks, Andy. Read my mind. I don't think I sent that in. It's in my folder with his money.
And I also was telling, and Steve was like, at work, he was like, "Did you get your magazine?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I got one in like a couple days ago." He goes, "Oh," he goes, "I got mine too." I'm like,
Was
"Oh,"
his
I was
deer
like,
in it?
"Oh, must." I said, "Yeah, that's what I said." I said, "Is your deer in it?" He goes, my name will be in there." I'm like, "Yes, we told you that." I was like, "I don't know if it'll be in this one." I said, "It depends on when they actually put it in." I said, "But must be Ben handed your paperwork in." But
No, so. It's in my binder with his money.
Steve probably got the Whitetails Unlimited.
Or something, yeah.
It wasn't even the Northeast one.
Could be. And then Frank LaValle tuning in. He's going to still be down in the South riding his motorcycle, so good for him. So he's not going to be at the Habitat Day. So I told him, I said, "You give me a couple $100, I'll give you a personal tour." I'll hook you up, Frank.
Oh, God.
Yep, so.
See the guy we shot bows with?
No, that's Frank. What's Frank's name over there? I can't think of it right
The
now.
ex-cop.
Yep, Frank's a good guy. Both Franks are good guys. No, Frank actually. So, quick little funny story. I know we said this was the end of it. So, Frank actually bought a piece that my dad, probably almost 30 years ago now, was going back and forth on. And this was actually a piece of ground that was going over asking price, going back and forth. Nice piece of ground, not far from our piece, actually. Frank is actually the guy that owns that property now. Not the guy that outbid Dad, which it worked out because we ended up with the farm, so thankful for that. But he's the one that owned that piece that Dad was, going back and forth on bidding with a guy on back in the day. So, cool little backstory. And we met him at a Hardwood Strutters NWTF youth event. He was there with some of his grandkids and stuff like that. So
Very good.
and then we got talking and shooting the breeze, and we're like, "Where do you hunt?" He's like, "Lions." I was like, "Huh, where?" And that's as far as we'll go with the conversation on the show. So, actually, I don't think he might not even be in Lions where his piece is. But anyway, yeah. So funny how that all comes together. But yeah, so that's the other thing. I know we said that, so sorry, my brain wanders. Jake's Day is June 13th this year. Saturday, June 13th for the Hardwood Strutters. And I think we're double checking, but I think this is the 30th one that Norm's done.
It's a lot of Jake's days.
I was at them back in the day when I was yay tall, dude.
Yeah.
So that was.
It is a fun event.
Yep. So the Jake's Day there, that's going to be at the
Brought
Seneca.
Owen down last year. It was a lot of fun.
The Seneca Sportsman's Club there, just off of 318. And then there's a women's in the outdoor event we're going to do in August at the club too there for women to go shoot and, get hands-on with firearms. Probably not going to be well for us husbands because we're going to teach them to shoot better. They're going to kill bigger deer than we do. And then there's the Youth Day for the Youth Hunting and Fishing, September 19th. That's National Hunting and Fishing Day. That's at the McDonough Sportsman Club.
Oh.
So we set up and do a...
Trumansburg area?
No, it's right here in... it's like Junius.
Oh.
McDonough Sportsman's Club.
I think it's the one Sam, Caleb's,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I believe her grandfather might have helped start that one or something.
Oh, cool.
I think.
Cool.
I'm not positive on that,
Yep.
but I think.
So as we're talking about dates, and then we have the clam bake is that Sunday, which you need to go to that this year.
Clam bake.
We did 38 guns there last year. the NWTF Clam Bake
Oh, okay.
for the
Where's
for the
that?
chapter. It's at it's in Seneca Falls at the what's the bar there? That's the Clam Shack. That's got the ice cream place right next door. Gosh, I should know this. I'm sorry. We'll know next episode because we're gonna have flyers by then. I can't remember what the name of the Clam Shack is that we do it at there, but it's awesome. I think we did like 37 guns there last year. So yeah, that's a great time. Raffle prizes out the nose. I mean, you trip and fall, and you fall on a raffle prize. And then the 26th of September is Fun on the Farm again this year. So there's everything for your September calendar too, guys.
September.
And my anniversary
Mark
is,
'em in.
and my 5-year anniversary with my wife is September 25th. So, and I didn't. That's not even on my calendar, Nate, is it?
No, you better put it in.
I knew it was there.
You better.
I knew it was there. So, thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate it. Final thoughts, Nate?
Good.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do.
Where'd the cash go?
That'll do. In my pocket.
All right, guys. Till next time.
See you.